Good evening, race fans, and welcome back to another Thursday night here with the Crown Athletics Racing Tour. Tonight, drivers take on Watkins Glen, the Classic Boot edition, over here on Extreme Racing TV. Currently, they're under their qualifying session, and still got about 14 minutes here left to go in qualifying, but we'll go ahead and get in that here in just a little bit. First things first, let's go ahead and get to our point standings coming into tonight. Up there in that top spot, we got Lance Anthony in that 52 machine with 314 points. Back in second, 297, David Cook. In third, that 77 of William Rucker, 296 points. In fourth, we got Edson Santos in that 20 machine with 265 points. Back in fifth, the 034 of Bobby Blowers with 245 points. In sixth spot, we got Joshua Osborne in the 07 with 181. Andrew Fay there in seventh with 170 points in that 28 machine. Back there in eighth, the 3 of Brian Edwards with 169, as well as Garrett Hagan in that 30 machine. In the 10th spot, we got Rick Raven in that 1 machine with 164 points. In 11th, we got Travis Rucker in the 83 with 159. In 12th, we got Clabe Carter in the 43 machine with 158 points. Daniel Wrench there in the 23 machine in 13th with 153. Back there in 14th, Daniel Sierra in that 34 machine with 150 points. Back there in 15th, the Triple O of Pacey with 149 points. Mathis there in the 99, back there in 16th, 129 points. Calix Wetzel there in the 2 machine, back there in 17th, 108 points. With 103 points in 18th, we got the 916 of Aaron Hobart. In 19th, the 118 of Billy Smith with 102 points. In the 20th position, we got the 54 there, Sheridan Wade with 88 points. Kiffin Simpson there in the 8 machine back in 21st with 85. TJ Harden in 22nd with 83, as well as Scott Watson, that 29 machine. In 24th, the 02 of Mathis Florento with 73 points. Victor there in the 12 machine in 25th with 71, and then rounding out the standings coming into tonight in 26th, we got Alex Offenbach there in the 56 machine with 61 points. As far as the team points go, coming into tonight's race, up there in that top spot, we got CRT Pulse Racing there with 705 points. In second, PBR with 415. Back there in third, Linear Energy Racing with 406. Team name Motorsports back there in fourth. They got 356 points. In fifth, Black Gold Racing with 303. Gigabyte Racing is in sixth spot, coming into tonight with 252 points. Joshua Osborne Motorsports in seventh with 181. Team iCar with 174 points is eighth. Back in ninth, we got ARM with 158. Indy 1 rounding out your top 10 in team standings coming into tonight with 135. In 11th, we got IRR Team Argentina with 129. In 12th, Mr. Rogers Racing back there with 109 points. True North Racing is in 13th with 82. In 14th, Legacy Racing with 74. Gear Cats in 15th with 37. And Dale Cone Racing with 12. Back there in 16th. Rounding out your team standings coming into tonight's race. As far as the qualifying session goes, right now we still got about 10 minutes here left to go in qualifying. Right now in the top spot, we have that 71 machine there of David Cook Jr. with a time of 1:27.278. In second, Bobby Blowers there with a 1:27.561. Kyle Ritchie there in third. At 1:28.081, Garrett Hagan back here in fourth. The 1:28.145 Casey Widget there in 5th. The 128, 174. And we do have a few changes for tonight. As you guys see there up in the top right corner there, they have a new logo here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour. I do appreciate the hard work the admin team is doing to keep things fresh, keep things interesting over here at the Crown Athletics Racing Tour. And a big shout out to the sponsors as well, Magnolia Laser. Had them all. Where did they go? For last week, Blink Design coming on board for the Michigan race, as well as LA Design, E. Smith Maintenance LLC, LA Electric on board as well, and giving the admin team a little bit of help there, sponsorship and everything like that. But we still got about 8 minutes here left to go in qualifying. What we're going to go ahead and do here, we're going to step away here real quick, go ahead and get in our national anthem. So do not go anywhere, folks. We will be right back to wrap up qualifying and get down to the race. All right, hopefully you all enjoyed the national anthem there. I am going to go ahead and here real quick and see if I can just mic. Okay, we'll see if that's going to help anything here. It should. As we are down to the last, a little under 5 minutes here left to go in qualifying. Still got David Cook Jr. in that top spot, sitting there on pit road. Got Bobby's still out here on track in that 034 machine. He is still sitting in that second spot. Got Kyle Ritchie here in third. William Rucker fourth, and Garrett Hagan, your top 5 here in qualifying. And for tonight's race, it is a 45 lap race. Unless something drastic happens here tonight, there will be no cautions. So it should be a very quick race here this evening. As far as the weather conditions go coming into, well, qualifying anyway, the air temp is 82 degrees, winds coming out of south about 10 miles an hour. There's no humidity, no fog. It says it's mostly cloudy out there, but that's the sunniest mostly cloudy I have ever seen. As far as the track information goes, we got the classic boot here tonight. The track length is just over 3 miles at 3.35 miles. We got 11 turns here this evening. We're here at Watkins Glen. Track elevation is 444.95 feet. Track temp is currently 113 degrees Fahrenheit. We got a car spinning backwards there on the track. Garrett Hagan having a slam on the brakes there. Still got over a minute here left to go. We'll go ahead and get them gridded up here real quick where they take the green flag. It will be a standing start here this evening. No rolling start. Gotta remind myself that more than anything. So, do appreciate everybody out there tuning in here this evening. Looks like we currently have 6 people out there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in here. We appreciate the love and support that you give not only to the channel but also the league each and every week. As far as the schedule goes, after tonight's race, they will head to Iowa here next Thursday night. A little short track racing coming off the road course, so that's going to be an interesting transition. They did have a major update here on iRacing with the cars and tracks, so it's going to... We'll see how everything unfolds here this evening as qualifying is getting ready to wrap up here. Go ahead and get them down to the starting grid. Like there's still a minute 42 here. Drivers on track to complete their lap. Everybody is done with their lap. We're just waiting for the timer to run out. We will go ahead and get them gridded up for the 10th race here, the 11th race of the season. Down to about 15 seconds here left to go to wrap up qualifying. Take the grid roughly about, well, you should take the green roughly about 8:44, 8:45-ish. We are getting down to the starting grid. Go ahead and transition over. They are gridding up, so let's go ahead and get down to the starting grid here this evening. Starting in P1, we got David Cook Jr. in that 71s with a 127.278. Congrats once again to David on grabbing the pole here tonight. On the outside of him, starting P2, the 034 of Bobby Blowers. In row number 2, we have the 52 of Lance Anthony, starting third on the outside of Lance, rolling off fourth, the 018 of Alyssa Sharp. In row number 3, if it works, there we go. The 30 of Garrett Hagan's going to roll off 5th. Kyle Ritchie there in the 76 going to roll off P6. In row number 4, we got the 8 of Kiffin D. Simpson rolling off 7th here tonight. On the outside of him, rolling off 8th, the 000 of Pacey Wedgett there, starting 8th. In row number 5, starting 9th here, the 77 of William Rucker. On the outside of William, rolling off 10th, Daniel, in that 34 machine. Back in row number 6, starting 11th to 22 of Jesse Vaughn there. Starting 11th on the outside of Jesse, rolling off 12th, the 199 of Josh Schlotz. I screwed it up. I'm sorry, Josh. In row number 7, starting 13th to 54 of Sheridan Wade. On the outside of him, 14th to 33 of CJ Harden. In row number 8, Bailey D. Thompson in the 27th, 15th. On the outside of him, rolling off 16th to 5 of Brendan Blinn. In row number 9, Tyler Richard in the 15, rolling off 17th. Nate Fields in the 57, rolling off 18th. In row number 10, Brian Edwards in the 3, rolling off 19th. Scott Watson starting 20th in that 29 machine. In row number 11, Clave Carter in the 43, starting 21st. Joshua Osborne's going to round out the field there in row number 12 as we are underway here this evening. Just got through that starting grid. We go ahead and get back. Let's move on back through here. We got a lot of chaos on the start of the race. My mouse does not want to work. Go ahead and do something like that. We got Kiffin, Alyssa, and Garrett. We got a whole gaggle of cars here. You see that they don't have to take the boot through that area. This is the classic boot. Here, go ahead and take this route. And I've done this in the next gen cars, and I will tell you, it's scary in the next gen cars. Lance Anthony there in P number 3, but we still got David Cook Jr. in that 71 still leading the way. Go ahead, get back here a little further back here. The 77 William Ruckers taking it a little easy, but we got some with Pacey there. Garrett Hagan, I do believe, doing battle there. And change it to a better camera angle. Just up ahead of him, there some drivers throwing up some rubber, maybe some grass. Not sure if that was Kiffin or Alyssa. See there, Kiffin got a little too hot there on the entry there, one. That was side by side there, Kiffin, and I think that is the triple O of Garrett Hagan. Yeah, we'll get around him. Now the triple O there of Pacey. Gonna go ahead and get around that 8 of Kiffin. I think that number, okay, never mind. It looks weird on that front. Looked like it was 13 on the front. It's actually the 8, but for some reason it looks divided up. Not sure if that's the font or if that's just the design within the Indy, the DW car. I think that's the design within the Indy car itself. But we still got David Cook Jr. in that top spot. He's got about a second lead over that 034 there of Bobby. Lance Anthony there. He is about 1.5 seconds back from the leader, 7/10 back from second there in P3. Ooh, as he slammed the wall there coming out of turn 11. We'll see if that's going to affect his tires any. I don't believe so. We got CJ Harden into the wall. Let's see what happened here to CJ. Ooh, looks like he just got loose there coming out of turn 11. I don't believe there was contact between those two. Go ahead and get a chase view there. No, there was no contact, but I think that was net code between those two drivers, unfortunately. We're back live. CJ is back underway. We got Kiffin here in P7. Try to find a good battle going on here on the track. A lot of single file, road courses, they do get spread out. Ooh, we got a wreck back here with Clave Carter. Go ahead and see what happened to Clave. Ooh, we got the tail end of that. Looks like he just broke loose there and got rolling again, and the 27 Bailey Thompson getting involved there. We are back live here. Clave trying to get that thing back to pit road. He has no wing back there. He's doing everything to try to get that baby back to pit road. They do get 2 fast repairs here. As you can see him coasting once more. He's almost there. Get back up here. Dave Cook Jr. now has about a 1.8 second lead over Bobby there in the 034. He's getting pressure now from the 018 there of Alyssa. Their P3. Lance Anthony there in 4th. Garrett Hagan rounding out your top 5. Go ahead and throw that up here real quick for you guys. That way you go ahead and take a look. Not only where the drivers are at, but the distance between them and the leader. ahead and get an onboard here of Kyle. Let's go ahead and do a cockpit cam here. Let's go ahead and do a lap here with Kyle. That is a lap around Watkins Glen here, courtesy of Kyle Ritchie there. Thank you, Kyle, for letting us come on board here this evening. Give us a lap around this great track of Watkins Glen. Get back up here to our leader, David Cook Jr. He's got about a 3.5 second lead now over second place of Alyssa. Bobby is in third. About 3.9 seconds back from the leader, about 0.2 back from second. Lance there in third. He's about 0.9 back from third. 4.8 back from our leader, Garrett Hagan. 5.5 back from the leader, about 0.6 back from. We had a battle going on with William Rucker here is falling back. Not sure if that's by design by William, if he's just playing out the field there. Rocking his old school Dale Earnhardt Sr. paint scheme there. Daniel here is in 11th in that 34 machine. He's only down a spot from where he started the race. Still a lot of time here to go. Got Brendan here in the 5. He's up 4 spots from where he started the race. Currently in 12th, started P16. Matthew Florento there. He's up 13 spots from where he started the race. He started 26th. He is currently P13. Brian Edwards in the 3 here. He's up 5 spots. Currently 14th, started 19th. We get back up here. We got a little gaggle going on here between Kiffin, Garrett, and Lance, as well as Alyssa. Got 4 drivers right here. As I think Lance is looking down to the inside. He's going to try to get that position. Not going to have the momentum coming out of that turn. He might actually lose another spot to Garrett. No, actually, Garrett is going to lose a spot to Kiffin. But Kiffin up to P5. Now Lance is going to try to look on the outside of Alyssa down this long straightaway. I guess you want to call it the back straightaway here at Watkins Glen. Not going to be able to do anything with it, but Kiffin's looking on the outside of Lance. Had a nose there for a moment. Not able to do anything. Now Garrett, he's going to get back, well, try to get back around Kiffin. Not going to be able to do it. Something's going to happen. It's going to be right within these drivers right here. But then again, they could end up getting all spaced out. And my theory can be completely wrong. We got more battles going on back here with Sheridan, Daniel, Pacey. These drivers are all doing battle as well. We had somebody in the grass. Ooh, that was not Kyle. That was Pacey. Try to get a good angle for everybody to go ahead and take a look at everything going on the track here. Keep our eyes up here with this battle going on here with Lance, Alyssa, Kiffin, Garrett. Kyle's got a little bit of a gap in between the two big battles going on. We got 3 wide down the back straightaway here at Watkins Glen with Sheridan, William, and Pacey. Now they're going to go ahead and get it all figured out. Oh, William Rucker making contact there with Sheridan. Now Pacey's going to try ahead, get around that 34 there. Daniel not going to be able to do anything with it quite yet. This is where all the battles are taking place right now within this group. And then we got this going on as Kiffin's going to go ahead and get around Lance Anthony. Put Kiffin up to the 4th spot now. Now he's got his eye set on that 018 there of Alyssa. You see him really putting the pressure on right now. I would expect him to be able to get around probably down this back straightaway going into the classic boot section of Watkins Glen. Yeah, now Kiffin is P3. Oh, as I say that, Alyssa's going to be able to... Oh! Lance Anthony and Alyssa. I think Lance was able to... Oh, he's got major nose damage there. We will go ahead here and take a look back to see exactly what happened to Alyssa. I think Alyssa just got loose. Go ahead and see here. Yet, just got in the throttle a little bit too hard. And Lance had nowhere to go. David Cook still leading the way here. He has led all 10 laps here to start the race. Bobby there in second. Then you got Kiffin D. Simpson here third. Starting to hunt down Bobby. In fourth, you got Garrett Hagan in that 30 machine. Fifth, you got Kyle Ritchie there. That 76 machine. Sixth, you got Daniel in that 34 machine. Pacey in that 000 there in seventh. Sheridan, eighth in that 54 machine. Brendan there in the 5 machine back in ninth. And William Rucker rounding out your top 10. And we got a 3-car battle going on right here on track right now. do believe Lance was able to get to pit road. He's going to use that fast repair. Well as Alyssa. I think Alyssa already used the fast repair. Got that out, back out onto the track. David, he is setting the pace here. He got about an 8-second lead now. Battle's going on here. Ooh. Sheridan got a little off pace there. Let's go ahead and see what happened here. I think he might have got in too hot. Oh, net code. That's what happened. So he didn't get in too hot. Just got net coded. A dreadful net code here on iRacing. Not sure who that is really slow. I think that's sure exactly who that was. And now we got David back up here to David Cook in that top spot. He is in a whole different zip code right now with a lead of 8.3 over Bobby. Kiffin's getting a little bit of pressure now from Garrett, about 6-8 back, trying to get up to him. Go ahead here and take a look real quick at their track info here. Track temp is about 116 degrees right now. As far as the weather goes, we're still at 83 degrees. Winds have picked up a little bit, 10.5 to 11 miles an hour. Still under partly cloudy skies. A little race summary here. So far, 12 laps completed, 33 left to go. No lead changes. David Cook has led every one. No cautions here this evening. Daniel going to be able to get around Kyle. That is a battle for 5th spot. Now Daniel is up 4 positions from where he started the race. So about, half a second back between Kyle and Daniel there. As far as Garrett here, he's been able to maintain about 6 to 8 of a second gap between him and Kiffin there, who is P3. Back here, Nate Fields. But he's getting around. Oh, Sheridan's on pit road. Okay. They're listed there in the 018 getting around. I would probably see pit stops roughly about halfway. As we got battle here. This is a battle for 7th spot, William Rucker and Pacey. Right now, looks like Williams is going to be able to hold it off. Back up here to Garrett, who's still trying to chase down 8 there of Kiffin D. Simpson. Kiffin still in that 3rd spot. Back here to 5th, Daniel still trying to hold off Kyle. Kyle still trying to hunt down Casey here, still trying to hunt down William. So we got 3 battles, well actually 4 battles to get back here to 10th with Brendan and Mathis. It's actually a battle for, well, could be a battle for 9th. Casey's trying to get up to William. That would be a battle for 7th. Daniel's trying to get up to... Kyle's trying to get Daniel. David Cook Jr. is on pit road. Okay, our leader making his pit stop here this evening. So halfway is not the way. Now underway. Now Bobby is leading the field here. Wondering why my timing screen over here was acting all weird. Here it was Dave Cook coming down pit road. Nate Fields in that 57 machine here in 11th. That old school STP color scheme. I would expect probably Bobby and Kiffin to be down here. Oh, probably Garrett too. I'm not too sure though. Yes, and here they both come, Kiffin and Garrett and Bobby. All 3 of them coming down pit road. Daniel is going to go ahead and assume the lead. Would imagine Daniel coming down pit road. David Cook Jr. is now in 2nd. So once Daniel makes his pit stop, he will be your leader once again. Bobby is roughly about 7 seconds back from David Cook. So actually, David lost some time to Bobby. But the time is starting to creep up a little bit. So that could be just a mixture of coming out on cold, new tires, getting those things warmed up. We'll see here if Daniel is going to come down pit road this time by. Yes, he is on pit road, so that will give the lead back to David Cook Jr. Next time around, he will lead his 15th lap. Bobby in second. Kiffin still third. And Garrett Hagan still trying to hunt down Kiffin. They're fourth. Daniel was going to come out of pit road fifth. Kyle P6. Alyssa there seventh. Pacey eighth. William Rucker ninth. And Brendan going to round out your top 10. Lance Anthony, the one that got the pretty much the rough end of the stick there, is currently 14th. Him and Alyssa had that little incident there. He had nowhere to go. Just that was one of them racing ordeals. Right now, it looks like the closest battle we have going on here. Got William Rucker, Pacey, and Alyssa here. Those are the three closest battles we have taking place right now. And again, I do want to thank everybody for tuning in over here on Extreme Racing TV for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour. This is their third season here. And tonight they are at Watkins Glen for race number 11. Just give you a little info here. Coming up here next Thursday night here on the 19th, these drivers will head over, do some short track racing over at Cornfield, good old Iowa. That should be a good transition from a long 3.3 mile road course to a very short track of Iowa. I think it's only a half mile or a quarter mile. Get back up. Check in here on David. He has got that lead back out to 8.2 seconds. Over Bobby there in the 034. Kiffin, he's sitting here about 4 seconds back from Bobby. 12 and a half seconds back from David. You got Garrett Hagan here in that 30 machine back in fourth. He is about half a second back from Kiffin. Pacey here about 7/10, 6.5 back from 7th position there of Alyssa. Got William Rucker trying to get up to Pacey there. He's about 7/10 back. We got to keep our eye here. We got a battle here. This is for 7th. Pacey's going to be able to get around Alyssa there for 7th position. So with these drivers making the early pit stop, I would imagine they might have to make one more. We got William Rucker now putting the pressure there. Kiffin still trying to hold off the 30 there of Garrett. So far being able to do it. There you go, coming up on a lap car there. I think that's the 20. Oh, that's the 15 there, Tyler Richard. We still got a 3-car battle here with Pacey, Alyssa, and William Rucker. William is here in 9th, Pacey up to 7th. Pretty much the closest battle we have on track currently. We are still keeping our eyes here on Garrett Hagan. He's about 7.5 tenths back, or 6.5 tenths back from Kiffin. David is in a whole different zip code. 9.9 seconds back from Bobby. And then you gotta go back 4.2 back from Bobby to get to Kiffin D. Simpson. He is 14.3 back from our leader, David. Garrett Hagan, he's about 9 tenths back now from Kiffin, 15.3 back from our leader. Daniel, rounding out your top 5, he's about 8.9 back from Garrett, 22.25 back from our leader. All right, get back here to William and Pacey here. Still, these two are still close together. Alyssa has been able to check out a little bit away from Pacey, get around Pacey. Well, as I said that, they managed to track down Alyssa again. Now it's back down to 2.4 tenths of a second now. We are getting ready to come down to 20 laps to go. David Cook has been, I think you might as well call him the leader of the pack here tonight. Go ahead and get down to a race summary here real quick. We still got 21 laps to go. We've had 3 lead changes. All those took place during the pit cycle. The track has actually gone up a degree. We're up to 84. Wind still about 10.5, 11 miles an hour from the south. Still partly cloudy out there. Or the I don't know why I say track. That was the air temp. The track temp is still at 118. We're still cruising along here at the classic boot of Watkins Glen. Do appreciate everybody tuning in over here on Extreme Racing TV. You're keeping our eyes here not only on our leader, but also what's going on throughout the field. Try to give everybody some different views, different angles. What's going on out here. Go ahead here, get on William Rucker there in that 77. Trying to do battle there with Pacey in the Triple O. Once we'll go ahead and do a gyro here with William Rucker. Go ahead and take a lap here with William. We saw a driver coming down pit road. I think that might have been, not sure who that was. Oh, it's Alyssa coming down pit road. Lance Anthony coming down pit road as well. Those were the 2 drivers involved in the incident earlier in the race. I set them back a little bit. Go ahead now and get back up. Let's get back up here to Will. Oh, we just caught that. I'm not sure who that was. Might have been. That wasn't Alyssa. We're gonna have to go back a little further. Not entirely sure who that was behind him. Currently under a replay. $73. Oh, Eli. Oh, he had damage already on his... He was trying to nurse it back to pit road, hit the outside wall, but managed to get it down and into pit road. I would expect here probably within the next lap or two, probably David Cook Jr. coming down pit road, possibly, unless he's going to try to stretch it out. Garrett here still trying to put pressure on Kiffin. That would be a battle for third position. These guys are sitting about 18 seconds back from David Cook. This is really the closest battle we have on 12. Actually, we get back here to William. He's got Pacey running for his life right now. This is a battle for the 6th position. As now William is on the inside. Down the long back straightaway here. Like I said, they cut out the S's there. So put William up to P6. Look down there in the bottom left-hand corner. They started with 999 push-to-passes. William Rucker currently has 152 left remaining. We are down to 16 laps to go. David Cook Jr., he has none left. He has used every single one of his push-to-passes as he's on pit road. Bobby is now your leader. He's still got 107 left to go. Got Kiffin here. You really got pressure now from Garrett Hagan, that 30 machine. Kiffin still got 126 left. Garrett down to 100. We'll see how that's going to play a factor here once we get down to the final couple laps here. would expect Bobby possibly be down next time around, as well as Kiffin and Garrett. Mathis getting around Kyle. Put Mathis up to P8. With David Cook Jr. making his pit stop, he is back now in 5th. So we will keep our eyes here on the leader. Bobby in that 034. Like I said, I would expect him to be down either this time or next time around. See here, he's coming down pit road. Here we go. Bobby's down pit road. That means Kiffin's going to come down pit road. Garrett's going to stay out. Going to go ahead and lead himself a lap here tonight. Daniel up to 2nd. And David Cook Jr. back up to 3rd. We're down to 13 laps to go here this evening. Up to 5 lead changes. Would expect Garrett to be down this time around. And I would also imagine Daniel coming down too. We'll see here. Here comes Garrett down pit road. And that will leave the 34 of Daniel coming down pit road. No, he's going to go ahead and stay out. I think I got a mosquito bite on my arm. They're itching it like crazy right now. But once Daniel makes his pit stop, the lead will go back to David Cook Jr., who currently has a 12.9 second lead over Bobby, who's currently P3. Daniel is now on pit road, so David Cook Jr. can go ahead and retake the lead with a very comfortable 12.883 second lead over second place Daniel Pereira, who's on pit road. Actually, it goes to Bobby. They're in second with a 12.7 second lead. Then Kiffin, they're in third. We're down to the last 11 laps here. All David Cook got to do, keep that car on the track. He will win here this evening. Garrett Hagan still trying to hunt down Kiffin. Seems to be an all-night event here with Garrett and Kiffin. Definitely the majority of the race. Back here to P7 here with Pacey trying to hunt down William, but Alyssa also right here. The battle for 6th, 7th. Back here to 4th, Garrett. This is one of the closest battles. Pacey here still trying to hunt down the 77 there of William. I don't think Garrett's going to be able to get around Kiffin unless Kiffin makes a mistake. That's the only way Garrett's going to get around Kiffin. As far as David Cook, unless he has an absolute meltdown, he is pretty much set. Here to Garrett. Still, he's got it down to about 0.3 of a second, but every time he gets it down to about that far, you can see there his push to passes are down to 68. Kiffin is still got 75. These guys are going hard. Yeah, Alyssa here putting big pressure there on Pacey. Trying to keep her eyes on both. Garrett really putting pressure there. Is Lance able to get around Brendan there? That is for 10th position. They're all trying to keep her eyes on this battle here. The battle for 3rd with Kiffin and Garrett. And then battle for 7th with Alyssa, Pacey. Math is all the way back here in 9th. Now, Garrett is about a second back from Kiffin. That's all it takes is a little slip. We're down to 6 laps here. David Cook with a very comfortable 11.3 second lead over Bobby here in the 034. Kiffin here in 3rd. He's got about a 9-10 second lead over Garrett. Daniel 5th. Alyssa now up P6. William Rucker 7th. Pacey 8th. Pacey trying to look down the inside of William, not going to be able to do anything with it. Nate Fields able to get around. Sheridan's on pit road. Okay. Garrett's been able to track it down about 8/10 now. Mathis is off. Go ahead and see what happened to Mathis here. I have to fast forward it just a little bit. I forgot to change the time to throw it back. Should be coming up here. Ooh, got a little high up there. Got a little bit of the grass. We're down to 4 laps to go. Down to 3 laps, David Cook still with a 10.4 second lead. He has led 36 laps here this evening. Got Bobby here, P2. He's led 2 laps. Kiffin, he has not led a lap here tonight. Garrett Hagan, he's led 1 lap. They're sitting P4. Daniel sitting P5. Gained half the spots from where he started here tonight. Travis Rucker getting around Lance. Lance is coming out of pit road, I should say. Lance had to make one more pit stop, so put him P13. Like I said, that little incident he had earlier in the race with him and Alyssa, that's just a matter of him having nowhere to go. Pretty much threw off his pit cycle schedule that he had in mind. But David Cook Jr., 2 laps to go. All he's got to do is make 2 more laps around this circuit. And he will be the victor here tonight at the road course of Watkins Glen. Still, Kiffin and Garrett was able to get around Kiffin. We missed that. Too busy looking at everything else, and I missed Garrett getting around Kiffin. Now, Kiffin's going to go ahead and put the pressure on Garrett. Garrett still got 24 push to passes left. We are on the final lap here. Kiffin's got 10. So Garrett now has the advantage over Kiffin. But Kiffin has the advantage of the draft here down the back straightaway through the S's here. Coming down to the back straightaway, Kiffin's going to pop it down to the inside of Garrett. Down this long back straight, almost bumping down the back straightaway. These two are just having fun right now. And it looks like Kiffin is going to be able to get 3rd. It's close. Oh, contact there between Garrett and Kiffin. I do believe that was incidental contact between those two. Garrett's going to go ahead and try to get this thing back underway and lift back to the finish line. As Daniel's going to be able to get around Garrett. Should still be able to finish here with a top 5 finish here for Garrett. So, David Cook coming out of turn number 11, coming down to the start-finish line. He is going to be your victor here this evening. Congrats to David Cook Jr. grabbing a victory here tonight. Bobby coming out of turn number 11 here. He's going to finish P2 here tonight in that 034 machine. And then finishing third, Kiffin D. Simpson. As Kiffin's going to go ahead and wall it there at the end of the race. So congrats goes to David Cook Jr. And go ahead and wait for him to go around the track here one more time. Go ahead and burn it up. And we'll go take a little break. Get our top 3 up here. Get some post-race interviews, some thoughts, some insights of what happened out here on track here this evening from the drivers themselves. He's going to go ahead and burn it up here this evening. We will go ahead and take a break, folks. Don't go anywhere. Congrats once again to David Cook Jr. We will be right back with the post-race interviews. Alrighty, folks, welcome back. We have found the top three. We will go ahead and get the post race interviews underway. First up is that number 8 machine of Kiffin Simpson. Get him up here in the broadcast booth. Well, Kiffin, not quite the finish you were hoping for here tonight, but still, podium finish here, finishing third here at Watkins Glen. Go ahead and talk about your race here tonight. How was it for you?
Yeah, I was pretty happy. I didn't even get to do any laps in practice because I got the time wrong for the race. So, um, I was happy qualifying seventh, and then had a solid race from there. Just slowly made my way forward. Was figuring everything out, and I think we had some solid pace at the end. We were kind of reeling them back in, but the gap was just way too big to really do anything about it. But yeah, had a good time racing Garrett, and just sorry that he uh, I guess there was some sort of netcode contact at the end, and he ended up in the wall. So, yeah, but it was fun racing him.
Yeah. I mean, you guys were going at it quite a bit here throughout the entire race here tonight. It wasn't just like, the last couple laps. It was like almost half the race. It seemed like he was either trying to chase you down or, there at the last couple laps there, you get two were side by side going at it. And like you said, just that unfortunate mishap there with the dreaded net code, as we like to call it over here on iRacing, tends to happen quite a bit to a lot of us, especially when we want to race hard and good and clean. Uh,
Yeah, it's unfortunate. That's just kind of how any online game or anything online is. You've got different delays and stuff, and stuff like that happens. So you just kind of have to try to leave a little bit more room than normal, and yeah, it makes it difficult for sure.
yeah, it does. And, we look forward here, Kiffin, coming up here on the 19th. Next Thursday night, we head over. Talk about a transition going from a 3.3 mile road course over to Iowa. Very short course. Uh, like to nickname it the cornfield. Go ahead and talk about kind of what are you looking forward to going to Iowa here, coming up here on the 19th.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think I'm not gonna be able to make that one. But yeah, it's a fun track, so racing's always good there. So I'm sure everyone else is gonna have a great time.
Yes, definitely. And, unfortunate that you're probably not going to be able to make it, but we do understand over here as to the reasons why if you're not able to. So definitely those priorities come way before this one. So before we go ahead and
Oh,
let
that's
you go,
pretty close.
pretty close. Yeah, it's somewhat. I mean, it's the closest thing to the real thing you can get to. Let's put it
Yeah,
that way.
exactly. Good practice.
But yes. But before we go ahead and let you go here, Kiffin, and celebrate your podium finish here, finishing third, any final thoughts, shout outs you want to give before you go ahead and celebrate here at the virtual Watkins Glen?
No, just thank you for letting me join in and have some fun. So thanks to Anthony for setting up the league and inviting me over, and yeah, just happy to be here.
All right. Well, glad to have you on board, Kiffin, and can't wait to see you back out there on track. If it's not next week, hopefully here within, before the end of the season, because, we do know the schedule gets busy for you. So congrats on finishing here, P3, and we'll see you back out there on the track here real soon.
Thanks.
All right, and that will take us down to our second place finisher here this evening. That will be the 034 there, Bobby. So let's go ahead and see if we can find Bobby. Good old Bobby. Let's get him up in the broadcast booth. Well, Bobby, finishing second here tonight. Not quite the place you wanted to finish, but still a very good points night. Started second, finished second. Go ahead and talk about your race here tonight. How was it for you here at Watkins Glen?
Honestly, to start off the night in practice, I was not feeling really good. I just, I think 10th or so in times in practice, and was just hoping for a decent quality and see what I could do from there. But if I didn't get a good lap and was going to be starting like 8th or so on back, I was planning on just pit lane starting just to be a little safe. But I don't even know where I pulled that lap from. I think I had a little bit of draft on it. I'm not sure, but either way, the lap was the lap and started second. Uh, from there, I was just trying to hold position and see how far up I could stay. I wasn't real comfortable on the Indy car on road courses coming into this, and really surprised myself, honestly. I have a little experience with the Indy car here, which I think definitely helped, but first run I was really, really loose. I had my roll bars adjusted way out of whack from what I ended up actually running at the end of the race. And yeah, I was just throughout that whole race just trying to maintain position and see what I could finish at.
Well, I mean, finishing second here, like, David just ran the field out of the water here today. He was in a different zip code. I know, this is a fixed setup with somewhat open type of settings that you can do as far as what you do in car. But you guys might want to take that behind the wall and inspect it after the race, after we're done with the interviews here. Go ahead and do a little inspection, make sure you was running the same setup. Uh, but, we look forward here coming out of this week. Looking forward to the 19th of June here. We head over to a very short track compared to what we just ran here tonight, going over to Iowa. Kind of give your thoughts of what you're expecting, what you're looking forward to going to a very short track coming up here next Thursday.
Well, I'm really curious to see how this thing's gonna handle in dirty air now with the new tire, new aero, new everything with this car on an oval. I haven't put in any practice, honestly, with that yet, but definitely gonna look at doing that here this week. And honestly, I'm really excited about Iowa just because I have run a lot of different things there and know from experience what lines are probably gonna be working, and we'll just go out there see what we can do when we get there.
All right. Well, Bobby, looking forward to seeing what you have in store for them coming up here next Thursday over at Iowa. But until then, you got a second place finish here to celebrate here at Watkins Glen. Any final thoughts, shout outs you want to give before we go ahead and let you celebrate your second place here tonight?
Well, it being Pride Month, I decided to run a rainbow car. I also have the Trevor project on board. Big shout out to them. Uh, Blink Designs, that's me. Hit me if you want to paint. 213simmer.com, PBR Racing. You for being in the booth and all the admins for the series. This is fun. Thank you.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and let you go and celebrate your second place finish here tonight, Bobby. Until next Thursday night over at Iowa. Looking forward to what you have in store for them over there. But until then, enjoy this finish here tonight at Watkins Glen. See you back out there on the track here next week.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, and that will take us down to our first place finisher there, and that would be that number 71 of David Cook Jr. So let's get him up here in the broadcast booth. He dominated the night, leading 39 laps here tonight at Watkins Glen. David Cook, go ahead and talk about your race here tonight. You started first, finished first. Go ahead and talk about it.
I must admit, man, I was nervous going into this one tonight with the new tires and everything. I didn't practice like I should have going into it. So I was sliding all over the place when I first got into practice, but figured out a way to get the heat into the tires the way I wanted to. And then set down my qualifying lap, which was a bit of a surprise. I think Alyssa, she had a time going, and I think she was going to be right up there with me, if not better than my time, actually. So yeah, it was a lot of fun tonight, man. And the start was awesome, battling with Bobby and everything. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, man, you definitely led the class here tonight. Like you alluded to there, really close qualifying time between you and Alyssa, but unfortunately, had a little mishap there. I think it was the first. I want to say it was about lap 11, lap 12, somewhere around there. Alyssa just drove it a little too hard trying to get out of the turn, lost it, and collected Lance in the mishap. But unfortunately, like you were talking about, getting that loose out of getting out of those turns, it seemed to be a killer. I think we saw about 5, 6 of those throughout the race here tonight. Was that something that you experienced throughout the entire race, or was that just something that happened with the new tires trying to get them warmed up?
I think with the new tires, it's just trying to get used to them. It's if you had real life experience, I think it's a lot easier for to cross over like that. But yeah, that you can feel the grip level now. You can feel that edge around the corner, which you've never been able to feel with iRacing, which, that's my personal opinion. But now, tonight, especially, you can go into the corner, you can feel the edge of the grip. And if you go just past it, just like in real life, that thing's going to start to snap on you. And yep, was doing it all night long. And it was a lot of fun just to battle the car. Even if you're not racing with people right now, they've done such a good job with the tires that just driving the cars are just so much fun right now. And it's good to put a show on for everybody.
Well, now you make me itch to get back behind the wheel, because that's one thing I've been waiting for is iRacing to be able to get that effect into the sim, and now it seems like they've been able to do that somehow, some way. So now I got to go ahead and try it.
Sounds like I hooked you. Reeling you in, buddy.
Ah, yes, you're reeling me back into my racing hobby. But get back off that topic, back on topic here, David. Looking forward to coming up. What's the 19th here? Coming up next Thursday. Head over to Iowa. Big transition in what we just did here tonight. Big row course, 3.3 mile to Iowa, which I think is like a quarter mile. Go ahead and talk about what you're looking forward to going into Iowa coming up here next Thursday with, the new updates that they have provided here on iRacing.
I think what we can all be excited for next week is that with the tires, especially at the ovals now, it's like what I was talking about that edge of the grip. At an oval now, you're going to be able to feel that edge of the grip, and I think you're going to see people passing each other like we've never seen before, and you're going to be able to see driving like you would see in real life. It's completely changed iRacing, and yeah, I'm really excited for any race coming up.
All right, well, we're definitely looking forward to what you guys have in store next Thursday night, especially you, David, because you just dominated here tonight. But before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate your victory here at Watkins Glen, any final thoughts, shout-outs you want to give before you go celebrate here this evening?
Thanks to you again, Dennis, man. I always watch your things after the race, and it's always so much fun watching you and listening to you. And my parents, all my friends, family, love you guys. Appreciate all the support you give me. And see y'all next week, and hopefully we can get another W.
All right, David. Well, you go ahead and celebrate your victory here tonight at Watkins Glen, and I can't wait to see you over there at Iowa next Thursday night. And hey, who knows? Might see you back here in Victory Lane. But until then, enjoy this one.
Have a great one. Thanks, man.
All right, you too. All right, now we'll conclude the interviews here this evening. So let's go ahead and get down to the final results, pending any admin stuff they have to do, which I don't think they have to do very much, but we will go ahead and get down through them here this evening. All right, get that up here. Once again, congrats to David Cook Jr. on grabbing the victory here tonight. Bobby finishing second at 0:34. Kiffin D. Simpson finishing third in that 8 machine. Finishing fourth in the 34, we got Daniel. In fifth, the 30 of Garrett Hagan. In sixth, the 77 of William Rucker. Seventh, the 000 Pacey. In eighth, the 5 of Brendan Blinn. In ninth, Brian Edwards in the 3. In 10th, Mathis Florento. In 11th, the 018 of Alyssa Sharp. In 12th, Travis Rucker in the 83. In 13th, the 52 of Lance Anthony. 14th, the 15 of Tyler Richard. In 15th, Nate Fields in that 57 machine. 16th, the 29 of Scott Watson. 17th, Sheridan Wade in that 54 machine. In 18th, the 33 of CJ Harden. In 19th, the 76 of Kyle Ritchie. 20th, Eli McDonald. 21st, Joshua Osborne in the 07. In 22nd, the 22 of Jesse Vaughn, 23rd, the 43 of Clabe Carter, 24th, the 199 of Josh Lotz, 25th, the 27 of Bailey Thompson, 26th, the 99 of Mathis, 27th, the 61 of Tristan Richard, 28th, the 38 of RC Grove, and rounding out the field here tonight, finishing 29th, David Cook Sr. Well, folks, it's been a pleasure. It's been an honor to broadcast here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour. Definitely looking forward to seeing what they have in store coming up here next Thursday night over at Iowa. Should be a very exciting, intense race. But until then, take care of yourselves and each other and have a good night.